Ladies and gentlemen of the RNG Revolution, welcome to the 46th episode of the RngCast. I, as always, am Buster Knuckle. Joining me today are...
It's the main man, the businessman 24. What's going on, everybody?
And this is your boy Raven.
How's it going today, guys?
Oh, good, man. Good.
Fantastic.
A lot of chatter, a lot of stuff happening. Things are moving.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Things are freaking haywire right now. What are you talking about?
Hectic.
The dam has busted, and we are being flooded.
So you're trying to tell me I can't put my finger in the dike?
Oh, my God.
No, it's too late for that.
I can't be the dude just holds back the water? Okay.
This guy.
Too late for that. Way too late for that.
Yeah, totally too late. I mean, it's what, number 2 on Twitter? Destiny 2 is the number 2 trending on Twitter, and on YouTube it's just blowing up. So we're just gonna jump right into some of the stuff. Let's talk about the Age of Triumph for a little bit, because that dropped and everything.
We need to talk about that. That happened.
Yeah, that happened, guys. I just want to remind you, Age of Triumph happened. Remember,
among all this other news. Remember,
Age of Triumph dropped? When?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Man, too much Overwatch.
It's like, I mean, well, you look at conversations, and it's like everyone just breezed right past Age of Triumph.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depends. Some people have been spending a long time in Age of Triumph and talking about other things within Age of Triumph that has got them a little bit flustered and frustrated.
Well, the way I look at it now is, if you've completed your book by now, it's your fault. And if you complain about being bored, it's your fault. That book is, you can take your time.
That book is hefty, man. Like,
yeah, you have until September 8th.
No, you probably have. Do you have until September 8th? I feel like.
Well, no, they're still gonna.
I
think they put out.
Do it afterwards, right?
Yeah, I think Deez put out a tweet that said that Destiny will still have some support. So, I mean, yeah. So they're not leaving it behind. Yeah. They'll probably leave like a skeleton crew behind, but still okay.
You mean
probably some like the live events, probably some things here and there. Probably nothing major. Because at that point in time, they better be focusing on other things. To be honest,
for sure, they've learned. I mean, what do you guys feel about it? How do you feel about the Age of Triumph thus far? I mean, I can say one thing I do like. I do like the fact that packages drop at 400 now.
Yeah, that's a good plus.
Rank up packages can drop to 4.
I have one gripe.
Yeah.
I have one small gripe, and I know what you're probably thinking. Well, dude, that's your fault. But I mean, I feel for those who, were late to the game, and that's if you're a real perfectionist, and you really want to complete the book, and you didn't start day one, you're screwed. You will never, at any point, retroactively complete those 4 notes at the first page to show that you've been a long time player. And for someone like me, I played on Xbox year 1. Now, I don't recall directly if I played, I think I did play, Vanilla or Dark Below and definitely House of Wolves, but that's lost. And I refuse to grind on the Xbox to get that achievement. And I didn't even get year 1. I didn't even get the year 1 Triumph. So, if you're on if you switch consoles or you start late, you're not gonna ever have that, and it might just bother you. Now, and I understand why they did it, and I think that for those who were playing since beta, deserve to have some level of recognition. So I'm not upset at Bungie for doing that. I'm more upset damn, I wish circumstances were different. Had I known and I had friends to play with earlier, I would have probably played it on PlayStation first, and enjoyed, the Year of the Hawkbone, Monte Carlo, all those cool exclusives. I didn't even know about the exclusives until towards freaking Taken King. I was like, oh shit, that's okay. So, and for those who's just picked up the game, hey, the businessman feels you.
Yeah,
I'm a man of people.
For a perfectionist and for a completionist, like this book, if you started early, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't, like I said, I can't pull blame at Bungie, but because they want to reward the people that have been there, from this point. But at the same time, it's that's one thing that they tried to push through also with all the live streams, is the fact that you don't have to finish the entire book. I mean, it's a celebration of what kind of guardian you are. and what kind of activities you enjoy completing.
I mean, that's true, and that's true. Like I said, that's why I'm not upset, by any means, and I think it's well deserved for those players who started since beta. It's and I appreciate that Bungie took that additional step to say you don't need to complete everything. You can still get all the rewards and loot. But if you are a perfectionist and a completionist. That's it. Is that even a word? Whatever.
Completionist? Yeah.
I've never heard it used.
In fact, there's a YouTuber that goes by the completionist.
Wow. Well, I hope he played since beta, because then he'd be shit out of luck and need to change his name.
That's no.
I'm teasing.
Different thing.
I know. But if that's you and you didn't start since beta, I feel for you, and it feels bad, man. Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when I logged on, I mean, the download didn't really take. I mean, some people complained about it taking long. It didn't really take that long. I got on and it was just like all the news were popping. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just did it and I was like, I should go clear out my postmaster so I don't lose any of these emblems. And I ran to the postmaster and grabbed all the emblems.
Do people not put their PS4 in rest mode?
I don't know.
Well, sometimes my download actually didn't start until I went into it, but I had an issue where the download slowed down dramatically. I'm talking about 0.1 of a megabyte a second.
Ooh.
And I'm just sitting there no, you were going faster. But there's a trick to pause it and start it back again, which kind of scared me because it went back to preparing to download. It's oh no. But it actually went through very quickly after that.
You felt the stroke?
That is an old trick, which actually may not even be necessary after this. Come to think of it.
I literally just cut on the PlayStation. It's ready to install. Oh, cool. I never had that issue when people say, "Oh, well, don't." I'm like, no.
Yeah, people were putting on Twitter 99 hours for their download time. I'm like, who the fuck? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because they probably have that Somalian internet. I'm looking at you, Burning Wing.
But
you're being looked upon. We know you're out there.
I mean, the Age of Triumph is fun. They went back to the old title screen, the old title music, which was a surprise.
Such freaking nostalgia feel. Seeing that start up again and hearing those low horns again.
I missed the music. I didn't realize how much I missed that music.
I know, right?
It was so creepy to hear it, but it definitely took me back to when I was playing. No, not creepy in a bad way. It was just whoa, where am I? Because time warp.
Exactly. I mean, because the music, it's hilarious because the music in the title screen, for Taken King and Rise of Iron, progressively got louder also.
Yeah.
At default. And then it just goes back to that stuff. It's
exactly.
I remember this.
It's like Michael Bay had something to do with the last two music selections. It's da 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 da. I'm like, oh, what is the Transformers? Or if I'm watching a Jurassic Park film, Jaws.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but did you catch the Easter egg of bringing Dinklebot back?
Nope.
It was
I've heard of the line, but I haven't heard the line.
I was playing one of the 5 story missions, and it was on Earth when you had to kill the wizard real quick, on the Cosmodrome, and it was the wizards from the moon. And it was the Dinklebot, and then you heard, and then it was Nolan North. The wizard came from the moon. Sorry about that. It was a nice little.
No, I didn't hear that.
Which is hilarious because it's not a line. That's not a recent even Destiny line. That's actually a beta callback because they took that out of release. I think that line, that wizard came from the moon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the beta.
It's weird that I called it. I was like, was that Dinklage? And then you heard Nolan North do that.
Oh, but at the same time, people don't let that get your hopes up because Nolan North has actually unofficially confirmed the fact that he actually is involved in Destiny 2.
Yeah. Which
he actually made mention. Is I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I said it.
I mean, and side note, fuck Gary. Fuck him.
We'll talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Have you realized there's an entire Reddit that has spawned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
a t-shirt
There's an
line.
entire
I feel bad
Reddit
for people
this
who
one.
are named Gary. You know what
I know, right?
Why?
Listeners, if your name is Gary, nothing
No.
against you.
I mean Gall.
This is this is a theoretical Gary, okay? This Gary does not exist.
What do you call two additional names? We'll get
Glenn and G.
and Gil.
Yeah.
No, Gil and Glenn.
Yeah.
Something with the G.
Yo, what is this? Street Fighter 3?
I mean, do you guys want to talk more about the Age of Triumph, or you want to go right into Destiny 2? Because
No, we can save that for the end. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how many people know about the Nolan North confirmation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because that was just in a random interview that someone's like, okay, before we get too far in this, Destiny 2, blah, 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 blah. And so, like I said, I don't know how much, how out there that information is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
On a side note, I didn't realize Nolan North looked like that in real life. But,
What? Nondescript white dude.
yeah, like very nondescript middle-aged white dude.
Yeah.
Like
Good.
I would have passed him if I seen him, I would have passed right by him not knowing anything.
Very, very Memnock the Devil type individual.
Yeah.
That was a deep cut. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I mean-
man.
I mean, I've seen guys already with full raid gear, all ornamented, and I'm like, how the fuck do you?
Raids are quite bountiful.
Bountiful. Yeah, I need to
Especially
get
with your knuckles of owl. Ow. Whatever.
Ow. What?
It's I think it's Owl, right?
Owl, I don't even know.
Where's Anon Peg when you need him?
It's a bunch of vowels, okay? Throw some consonants in there, please.
Yeah. Ow. So
Yeah. Yeah, just
that's
like
what
that.
it is. I mean,
I do like the phrase that is very quickly spawning out of that of popping your knuckles.
Oh,
couldn't it just be busting? Couldn't it just be busting your knuckles? Couldn't it just?
No,
You
Buster,
guys
not
busting-
everything's about
busting
you.
your knuckle? I'm gonna say it though. Fuck them.
I'm glad they didn't
Pop
do that.
3 coins, now you pop your knuckle.
That makes sense.
5 times.
Oh, they work up to 5.
Yeah, they stack up to 5 times. So actually using them may not be the wisest thing. You might actually want to, for a particular raid instance that you want stuff. Because if theoretically, because they basically function like moldering shards, except you pop 1 and get 1 extra loot drop in any encounter that you finish after you pop it.
Is it guaranteed loot drop?
Yeah. It's like an
Okay.
extra loot drop. 1.
So theoretical here. I have a knuckle of Owl, and I'm at Crota.
Mhm.
Before it starts, Crota, after we kill the Death Singer, we go to the crystal room. I pop the knuckle, right?
Mhm.
So I will get 2 drops from that,
Mhm.
guaranteed.
And actually, apparently, if you finish challenge, you get 2 ornaments from the weekly.
Ah,
I mean, that's how it was explained to me, because I noticed all of a sudden I had 3 ornaments for finishing the Ear Ute and Crota challenge, and I thought that was wonky. But apparently, by popping the knuckle, you actually get an extra Age of Triumph ornament as well.
so Iryu and Crota, they're 2 separate challenges. So you had to pop one, then the other.
Yeah. But you only get 1 a week.
Yeah, so you had to
Doing
burn
the
2.
opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For doing for Crota, it's doing the Abyss. So your first time on an account for completing the Abyss sequence, you get a Knuckle of Ale. So if you want extra rewards from the Abyss, I don't know why you would, but if you do, you'd have to restart the raid or start another raid. But yeah, you get it from the opening of a weekly featured raid, like once a week apparently.
Okay.
And it's a very interesting mechanic because it is very, 3 of Coins-esque, but very simpler, because it's like they took the good things. It's kind of like they took our idea of what to do with 3 of Coins and applied it to something else. Or business idea of 3 of Coins, which is still the best idea ever for 3 of Coins.
Yeah, so it's a guaranteed drop as opposed to a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think I ended up with something extra. I can't remember exactly what. Oh yeah, I ended up with like an armor and a weapon, actually, on my Warlock.
That's cool. That's what you want, really. You don't want 2.
Hey,
I mean, you might want 2 weapon drops. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I saw that and I was like, okay. I read it. and I got it, and then I was just
it's
I
very confusing to understand. Like from how they word it, but yeah, it's you pop it before an encounter, you finish that encounter, you get it's like moldering shards on Oryx. You get so many, you get a drop. Except for now, there's no possible getting screwed by your extra drop being 2 moldering shards. Thanks, Bungie.
Yeah, your extra drop is another knuckle of owl. Like, thanks, I appreciate that. Why don't you just shoot me in the fucking head? So, and then what did you guys think about the boxes?
Boxes?
The treasures. The treasures of
the boxes
of Triumph.
Yeah. I kind of wish it was. How big is the loot table for the treasures? Because
huge.
I wish it was smaller. I wish it was very small.
Well, according to what people have said, it's weighted heavily towards things you do not already have.
Yeah, like this big behind eye that I got. I'm like, I'm never going to wear this mask.
Yeah, legitimately, it's best to get into the boxes if you've bought a lot of boxes in the past, because then your loot table shrinks.
Mm-hmm. But if you didn't buy anything, your loot table's huge.
Your loot table is. Yeah, your loot table consists of anything that's ever been in a box until now. So it's like, sadly, ideally, that rewards basically the people that constantly toss their money at Bungie at their screen for Bungie. But yeah. But so far, I haven't received anything double. So, and I did actually make the mistake of buying a crap ton of ornaments for exotics I didn't have. So that means I couldn't buy as many Days of Iron ornaments as I wanted. So I'm still on the ground of getting Days of Iron ornaments drops, but oh well.
I think I got the Trespasser ornaments for my from my boxes this week, and I still got to run the prison challenge of elders to get that other box. But that's easy. I need to do the raid. That would be my goal tonight, is to do the raid, because I like Crota. Crota's awesome. And then now I know how
Crota's so much more fun now too.
Now I know how the Knuckles of Owl work, so I won't be stupid and drop it during the bridge and be like, "What the fuck? I didn't get anything good." Like, use it during the bridge, Buster. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, definitely save it for like Ear-Ute and Crota, basically. Because I don't know if the loot tables have been modified and as in a what drops where fashion. I haven't seen like updated like 390 raid loot tables, so I don't know if that's changed or not. And that in Crota is not my strongest raid, as I've said before. I think. By the way,
I think you did.
Yeah, I think that was the show.
One of the 45 that we've done before. What was the last one I was going to ask? Did you guys do your PvP bounties? There's so many bounties to do now. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Because people are like
ridiculous. And you want one thing that I'm like legitimately like my mind is getting blown, and was actually the amount of rep packages I'm getting is ridiculous. Every time I load into the tower, because I mean I actually completed Nightfalls. I mean, it was basically year one ritual all over again. Reset happened. Nightfalls were done. Like within a couple hours, all Nightfalls just done. And I've been getting so many rep packages. It's stupid. It's almost every time I go into the tower now. Nearly like 80% of the time I'm flying into the tower, it's like, oh, I have a package. Oh, I have a package over here.
Somewhere you get.
Where are these freaking packages? And it's like, I forget, like, it's not a huge number, like, bonus, but that Nightfall buff, Jesus Christ, it's back, and I can see it because I'm like I said, I'm getting packages left and freaking right.
And the Nightfall was fun this week. Rainbow Burn was so fun. Like, I just spawned in, and I was like, oh, this is so good. Thank you so much. And it only took me, like 16 runs to get my husk. Fucking painful, man. It was so painful.
16 runs?
Uh-huh.
Like, you did the Nightfall incompletion 16 times?
No, I started wipe.
Okay.
And then after I got the husk drop, we pulled back the orbit and then jumped in and did the Nightfall.
And for all of those that don't know, you don't have to farm the Nightfall.
No, you can do any ogre or wizard.
Well, I mean, supposedly, as rumors go, or as the word goes, it's any hive that dropped the husk. But coinkadinkly, I've had 3 drop. And they've all been in the presence of ogres.
Yeah. I've had 3 as well. Night's Witch
also,
Witch.
For the information, if you get a husk that is a hive, or you read the cannibalism perk, it will tell you what to kill.
Yep.
If it's witches or if it's knights, you only got to kill about 20 of them.
Or thrall.
Thrall, you got to kill a lot.
That is 10 runs in the beginning part of Siege of the Warmind, or 8 runs of the Dark Within, I think, the first moon mission.
Yeah.
We've awakened the hive.
Yeah.
I love that. I like that mission. That's farm material right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Siege of the Warmind is just more... If you can handle the Dark Within, go for it.
Oh,
but
easy.
I find that a little too hectic because...
Why? Just shoot out the door.
Again, it's a massive influx of thrall.
The ships and the thrall.
What ships?
I mean, it's just thrall pouring out, but I don't think there's ships. But
There's
actually,
ships.
there's like 30 thralls running at you. If you have a weapon, okay.
I literally just spray the door.
Oh, I did the sensor. I'm sorry, I was thinking the one when you had to activate the sensor array.
Oh yeah.
Come in and bomb. You could do that one too.
That's a Warmind.
Yeah,
that was our first hint at Rasputin.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like I said, I find it like that can get a little hectic easily. But Siege of the Warmind is just very more focused, and like I said, requires like 2 more runs. But because there are fewer enemies that spawn, but yeah, and that's it. And like depending upon what husk you get, also depends upon what perk the Eidolon ally receives after it levels up. If you have to kill witches, then it's a perk that disorients wizards. If you have to kill knights, then it can penetrate knight shields. And if you have to kill thrall, there's a chance of getting a agility buff when damaging thrall. Amazing.
Yeah.
So you can get different flavors of necrochasm then, right?
No.
Necrochasm is the same. It's just the Eidolon Alley or Eidolon Alley, however you want to say it. Which I looked it up today talking to Munch, that an Eidolon is a likeness of a person living or dead. It's like a spirit.
It is also the summons from Final Fantasy IX.
Yes, it is. Go ahead and drink. That was an old school set for you, buddy. Yeah. Set. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so. But yeah, Rainbow Burn. I saw that. It's just like.
Mm-hmm. Rainbow Burn on
Tanix. On my
Tanix.
golden gun for sure. Popping it every chance I get because there is no wasting. Because if you're max intellect, that's like a minute and a half on a super. Pop.
Not even.
There's been several times that I actually over damaged, like just in several runs that we would over damage Tanix, and we would have to go through multiple sets of Siva flowers just to be able to damage him again.
Mm-hmm.
It's glorious and it's fun.
I ran the Nightfall with Munch and Sea Green, and they were running Bubble Bros, and I was running my hammer, and it was literally bubble, hammer, bubble, hammer. We just walked through the map, just bubble, hammer, because they would drop, it would bomb. I'd pick up all the orbs I would get the little bit from the buff, and then bomb. They would do the same. It was so much fun, man.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I actually ended up running all of my Nightfalls with at least Converse. I believe our first one was with Mulder. I'm wanting to say crap. By the way, it's like he had to go. Me and Converse ended up 2-manning our last 2 Nightfalls, and we ended up running it one more time for the quest.
Yeah, I got to run it for the quest. I didn't realize what the order was.
But I mean, this thing is just so much fun, and it's hectic though. You really can't let your guard down. But as long as you at least keep partially aware, you have so much fun just because you're popping supers, and every super is viable, every class is viable, every weapon is viable, because Rainbow Burn.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Blasting Tanix with the sword is always fun.
And also, legitimately, yeah, this is actually the first time I have not minded running Zalo in a burn because
you could use everything else.
I was effectively using my super as my heavy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was no sacrifice in that Nightfall. You can run whatever. And like I said, Hunters with Nighthawk, you can walk right through pretty much anything. It's amazing. You know, Titan Smashes, Nova Bombs. It is glorious to self-res on the spider tank, and just start raining solar nades all over and just watch its health just tick away. Like, yeah.
I picked up the Scorch Cannon and blasted his legs.
Oh, God, yes.
Held it, stepped into the bubble. It blew up. I stepped out of the bubble, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, its health bar was full, and then it was like, boom! And I was like, gee.
Yeah. I was about to say, we actually one-shotted our spider tank because somebody picked up the Scorch Cannon, went to shoot it at him, but at that same time, it actually went down, so it got a full Scorch Cannon charge on its core.
Oh, man.
It just disappeared, and we're just going, what happened?
Yeah.
Glorious, though. Glorious.
So I got to do it. What do you get from the story for the speaker, the quest line for the speaker?
It ends up being a class item that's
okay.
themed, like the emblem, the symbol for the Age of Triumph, the sectional shield, whatever. It's like that.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like class item designs.
I get it.
But that's where you get the, it matches the new Age of Triumph armor set, and the Age of Triumph armor set from the box doesn't drop a class item because you get the class item from the quest.
Got it.
So possibly these class items are also chroma.
So
possibly.
Also, every week there's going to be a vendor reset, correct?
Every week.
I've been hearing rumblings of the palindrome being better this week than it was base.
Palindrome is amazing. Everyone must buy one if you have not already. Do it.
Also, the new Monarchy auto rifle's good.
Well, we can actually go into this one thing I had an idea for called Raven's Recommendations, which case I've heard some community buzz. I've weighed some rolls. I've tested out some weapons because I've ended up buying 6 different vendor weapons somehow.
I did too. I bought so many vendor weapons this week.
And I'm actually at the point where I'm going to have to buy another. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting legendary marks. I'm getting drops, and I'm getting things, and I'm having to buy junk. I'm buying like engrams from Rahul just to get rid of my leg marks.
Yeah,
just to echo off what you said when the whole busting the knuckle. Don't be so vain. We can call it RNG recommendations. So,
hey, Raven's Recommendations did not come from me. I already had a YouTube video named it, but that wasn't my idea. That was some of co-founders' nonsense that just happened to already be a thing.
Just busting your chops, brother. So what do you got? Yes, I got a few too.
Palindrome, absolutely amazing. If you thought Spray and Play and Rangefinder with rifled barrel was amazing, get this Palindrome. Every perk on it, well, except for whatever's below rifled, because range is still kind of king. Also, to clear the air, I mean, a lot of people say the hand cannons had a 3-meter range nerf. Damage fall off, I think. Mm-hmm. But it also mentioned around 3 meters, and I'm hearing rumblings that it's actually 4.5. I'm not noticing a huge difference myself. But if you feel like they're ineffective, try something else. But either way, this Palindrome is just absolutely amazing because you're starting off with Outlaw. And the fact that that's instant reload on a precision kill. You have Icarus, which on a hand cannon makes it nearly 100% accurate when shooting in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Then, of course, you have Rifled, and you have Reactive Reload, which pairs beautifully with Outlaw. Because you can 2-tap people easily. You get a precision kill, you reload, you 2-tap the next person, you reload. I mean, it's a cycle, and it can be vicious, just like that one bit. There was actually a video of a gunslinger doing that with a Chain of Woe ×3, and it was dirty. It was dirty. So yeah, Palindrome is an amazing roll. Assembly 2 from New Monarchy is very nice. It is very similar to the Doctrine stat-wise. Very similar. Doctrine still is a little bit stronger, I believe. But if you don't have a counterbalance doctrine, get this weapon because there you go. Like this is like legitimately the replacement for a counterbalance doctrine.
Has flared magwell and quick draw in the first tier. Perfect balance and spray and play as the second tier, which are both equally, depends on your play style, and counterbalance. So you could have a perfect counter and flared magwell. So the reload speed is ridiculous, and that's what you need on a bullet hose anyway.
For sure. The Waltz from New Monarch, Future War Cult is another amazing roll. Fast, grasp archetypes aren't too strong right now, but if that's what you're comfortable with, this Waltz is actually pretty amazing. I actually ended up deleting my grasp and replacing it with this Waltz.
That's a huge
the fact that it has a choice of Hammerforge and something else, as well as counterbalance. It actually effectively has the same range as my old grasp with Hammerforge, so it's just missing a reload perk, which I think is actually outlaw. Also in that perk tree.
Yes.
Outlaw. Yes, outlaw. So another really strong weapon. It's pretty solid. Parthian shot. It's nice. Braced frame. It's very solid. It's still like the best slow rate of fire pulse rifle there is. Again, outlaw. Braced frame, or you can go feather mag. Personally go brace frame myself, but rage fighter. So I mean, it's a very solid roll. It works. It's happening. Dead Orbit has the Keystone, which has, from what's being told to me, was the exact same perk setup as the old amazing
Angel's Advocate.
Hung Jury. It has like the same perk setup as the Hung Jury, which is great. Like kind of an all around setup. Like I think a little more PD. There's the Keystone. Extended mag or snapshot, Hammerforge or triple tap, and Firefly. I mean, can't
go wrong.
It's solid. I mean, it's just a solid roll. And apparently something wicked. Like, that's one I've heard rumblings of that's actually a good roll. It's, I believe, the Crucible rocket launcher. Like I said, I've heard that's a good roll. I'm a simple guy when it comes to rocket launchers. I mean, I just kind of use, especially if it has any of I don't think it can actually tripod and tracking or tripod and any other Procstats or anything like that. Yeah. I'm not 100% certain on that either, so don't quote me. But you can check the bird rock because all that information is there. Yeah, it's got Battle Runner, Perfect Balance. Oh, Field Scout. Has Field Scout. And Procstat and Grenades and Horseshoes, which gives proximity dead. If you have Field Scout, you only need either a chest that has heavy ammo or boots that have rocket ammo. Either or, and you can get 3 rockets in PvP. No? Yes. Or maybe both. I know it's easier with tripod.
One or the other. It's when you have Field Scout, it's one or the other.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain on that too. But again, that information can also easily be found at Bergrad. That's like the solid recommendations, especially Palindrome. Buy it. That's like first buy. That's just it. If you don't have a good grasp, the Waltz. If you don't have a Doctrine of Passing, Assembly 2. Parthian Shot, pretty good roll. Works good. I love that rate of fire for PvE now. Actually, since they buffed it up a little bit, it feels bearable now in PvE. I still can't PvP it, that's for sure, but I've been wrecked by it plenty of times.
If you like slower rate of fire auto rifles, get the Continental from the Vanguard Quartermaster. It has focus fire or close and/or personal.
No, don't do that.
Perfect balance and persistence.
Don't do focus fire.
No, don't do focus fire. Do close and/or personal.
Yeah, do not do focus fire.
Don't do focus fire.
Focus fire ruined. The only thing that works in focused fire for some reason is Genesis Chain. But that's because Genesis Chain has a different focus fire. It fires like a frame faster than any other focus fire, which doesn't ruin its damage. So, but don't pick that up and expect a Genesis Chain because that ain't happening.
No, I was just giving the perks. I wasn't saying use focus fire. And the 0 Day Dilemma from the Crucible Quartermaster is also very good. Hold on, I'll get the perks real quick.
I was about to say, 0 Day Dilemma. I'm not even 100% sure what that is. Is that a hand cannon?
Nope, it's the auto rifle.
No? Auto rifle?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, no. I think this is the one that kind of caught my eye. Yeah. Counterbalance, either small bore or appended mag. Which I'd probably go appended mag personally and give it a little more ammo. And then you have spray and play or danger close, which please use spray and play.
Spray and play.
Because danger close is just meh. It's like super conditional and meh. But like I said, personally, I'd go appended mag. Give yourself some more rounds in that thing because spray and play.
Mm-hmm.
And it drops reload to increase like magazine size. So it's just a very. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it'll get the job done.
But this will happen. This will happen every week because every week we're going to have the RngCast.
We'll have the recommendations. Yes.
Recommendations. Biz, what do you recommend? You've been awful quiet, sir.
Oh, just basically the palindrome is what I picked up.
Palindrome.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Buy one. Buy two if you don't like trading weapons between accounts. Buy three for all of them. Just buy. At least one. I mean, good God. Again, people were pushing for the last palindrome to get bought. This one is better. Just straight up.
I'm glad it didn't have luck in the chamber.
Oh, God. If it had luck in the chamber, I might have actually needed to change pants when saying it.
It would have been broken.
So,
God. Actually, with reactive reload, reactive reload is actually dirtier than luck in the chamber.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know.
Because if you're in position, it just requires timing. If you're in position, you can actually make reactive reload work for you. You can't do that for luck in the chamber.
No, luck in the chamber, just luck
randomly.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's RNG.
It's a 1 in 9 chance.
Yeah.
Palindrome has 9 rounds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But once you hit that luck in the chamber, just reload and do it again.
Oh, especially if that shot ends up being a headshot. If it had outlaw, some people may know. Outlaw and like luck in the chamber is like a role I've looked for in certain hand cannons, but yeah, it's just. So this is close. You can do dirty things with reactive reload and outlaw, and I've 2-tapped my fair share of people in the Crucible with this thing.
Yeah. Okay,
and I felt
dirty,
a little
filthy.
There may have been an evil laugh, but afterwards I have a chat with myself.
Was it the Garen laugh, though?
Nobody can laugh like that, man.
All right,
that guy has the best evil laugh ever.
He does. He really does. Using all 3 bullets on one Guardian from a golden gun. I can't. You win, kid. You got it. You're the best ever. So I figured it's the best time now to move on to the Destiny 2 chatter.
Hold on. Are we going to skip talk of Age of Triumph and not talk about the raid?
Are you okay with a 4-hour podcast?
It doesn't have to be a 4-hour podcast. You can just talk about the raid real quick.
All right. I'm about to say, because we've been talking about this for an hour. Yeah, raids are great.
No, Crow's End is actually a very... If you haven't done it yet, and if you haven't heard, and if you live under a rock, and for whatever reason we're your only source of information, I love you, but
thank you.
Yeah, but it's like any way there was to cheese year 1 Crota,
Gone.
It's pretty much done. I've heard of some video of someone soloing this raid.
How
did they get past the bridge?
What do you mean how to get it past the bridge? He was a Sunsinger Warlock. So he did the same bridge cheese where he's swiping across, and then he killed the sword bearer, then he kills himself, and then rinse and repeat.
You can't bridge cheese. You can't swipe because it kills you. You hit a wall and you drop.
I watched him do it. I did it myself.
Of all the cheeses they didn't get rid of that one?
No. I watched him do it, and then I did it myself to test
That's fair, then.
I literally jumped on the highest platform that was there, right on the right side where the thing is, and just hovered over. Once I got towards the center, because you have to go on an angle, and you just swipe till you get towards the middle, and you right on the bridge. I did it myself.
Yeah, you're dodging the wall.
You're dodging
the new kill physics.
Yeah,
or the new barriers or whatnot.
He
okay,
did
so So it's a cheese for a cheese, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it a cheese. It's a cheese. I just call it a fucking loophole I didn't catch.
Well, it's a cheese. That's a cheese. Then
it's fair because pretty much every other methodology you've had of like getting around something is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, bridge cheese used to not have to involve the highest platform. It's like because you can just jump like straight from almost dead even some people and just swipe right across. So I mean, it doesn't sound as easy as it used to be. That's for sure.
I did it one time, so
that's fair. I mean, that's fair.
I literally watched.
Good on them.
Because I was wondering the same thing. Like I was like, no way he didn't sell all that crap. I watched the video. It's a long video, but I watched him and he did it. And even when he got to the bridge, because now there's a new mechanic where like you have to kill.
Something just happened. The recorder just failed. Okay, we're good. Ready? You just said the bridge mechanics, and go.
So in the Crota raid, if you lived under a rock and didn't play it at any point, once you get across that bridge, right, you're gonna have like swords that appear or that just there on the other side, and then you have to kill. Yeah, they pop up, and you have to kill the sword bearers again. But it's a different way you kill the gatekeepers. You have to kill them again because you have to allow your sword to charge, and then you unleash this like shockwave attack. And what he did was he would like run around, line them up, and then shank. Run around, line them up, shank. And I was just like, my head.
That's a resilient person then, because that last encounter is chaotic as balls, man. I mean, there's stuff is everywhere once you actually get that fifth sword across. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous, but it's fun.
But to be honest, that wasn't even the most impressive thing. First of all, when you just put this out there, just for the record, if you're soloing Crota, you're not doing challenge modes. Okay. Now that we've established that, what was most impressive to me was how he killed Crota.
Yeah, because I mean, also, Crota mechanics have changed where after every kneel, which actually makes it easier to run the sword, but after every time he kneels, he does the animation where he summons the Oversoul. So for those running sword, he doesn't attack you for like 2 seconds because of that. So you have plenty of time to GTFO and split and possibly get it like a second damage phase, whatever.
But the Sunsinger took down Crota with sticky grenades. He took Crota down with sticky grenades, right? And he would jump up prematurely. And when Crota was like with a smidge of health, he threw another one. Then it runs towards him, it finishes him off, and he's already slamming him before Crota can even kneel in full animation. It's like he will get 4 slams in. I'm like, dude, this guy's a beast. Then he would swipe back, pull out Sleeper, kill the Oversoul, rinse and repeat. I'm like,
hey, okay,
and so I made fun of people. I'm like, you guys are running a 6-man team. This man just solo Crota.
I mean, it's
hard,
dude. That's also the story of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that have just picked it up, this is normal.
Just think about that for a quick second. Minus the challenge modes, right?
Yeah.
Minus the challenge modes, because like the challenge mode for Crota it's weird because you can't drop the sword, right? That's basically what it is. You can't drop the sword, and everybody has to do it. Not everybody, but someone different has to run the sword every time. But that's it. That's it. So the fact that, yes, he's dropping the sword, he's not doing challenge mode. Okay, whatever. We got 6-man teams here that can't kill Crota. I was like...
Well, also, most of these 6-man teams are going for challenge mode with people that... I mean, obviously, this dude's practiced.
But look at this. But this guy is killing Crota by himself. And if he doesn't drop the sword, and he has 2 people, just 2 people, taking care of the Oversoul... and maybe dropping Crota, they could have probably done challenge mode.
Which, again, these are people that are practiced, though. Mm-hmm. This is a speed run, and this is speedrun mentality. He's practiced everything to make sure it could work. And the fact that he's using sticky nades is actually ingenious, because normally Crota would regen faster than what he could take him down, but sticky nades have that slight damage on impact, which would thusly stop the regen. But, like I said, this dude is practiced.
He had a sign sword. He would activate his super so he can keep getting the sticky grenades.
Exactly.
But something else that he did too that was also unique. He would put on an exotic piece. I don't know if it gave. I think it gave extra ammo, and then he would then pop a heavy synth, and he would have like 14 sleeper simulant rounds. It was just like, and he would switch it back off, and I'm like, what did I just see here? Hey, watch the video, dude. It's really crazy. I'm like, this guy's a beast.
Sleeper hasn't been able to exceed 9 shots in forever.
I must have been tripping balls, but I thought I saw 14. I was just like, that's how I remember. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did he get them sleeper shots? And it takes 4 sleeper shots to kill the Oversoul.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's 3 in a reload, basically.
Yeah, 3 in a reload.
Yeah,
that's fast.
And he would do it.
But good God, that's...
Guys, watch the video. I can see if I can find the video and I'll share it with you guys. Yeah. And you're going to be like, just skip a bunch of stuff. And you're like,
Yeah, it's always interesting. Like, one of the things, like, before I even got into Destiny and, like, when early days was getting into Twitch, one thing that I've always gotten into, speedruns. Watching people practice to break games is what they do. They are basically glorified quality testers, like on steroids. Because they attempt to break a game to get through it.
Broke it, all right. He was a beast. I was like, yo, mad respect to this guy.
Yeah. But, again, primary issue with Crota Challenge, you got people that have never ran sword.
That's true. There it is. Yeah, y'all can watch this in your own time. But crazy. You're welcome, America. So yeah, the raid, pretty solid. I think that they definitely made Crota into what it should have been or intended to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I said, the very minor changes they made to Bridge were actually not minor at all. They almost completely redid Bridge, and it is amazing now.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
it's actually fun.
Fun and frustrating.
It can be. Especially if you're going for challenge. I did not expect Ear U challenge.
Neither did I. I thought that the bridge would have been a challenge mode, like do it correctly, and then by the way, here are some other additional enemies that you have to deal with, But Ear U, 2 minutes. You think it's a quick time, but it was rough for a lot of people, man. They just couldn't get through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's basically taking it to where you pretty much kind of need to know in order to get through, especially challenges. I mean, also FYI, Celestial Nighthawk Golden Guns are very amazing and very like Bridge taking down a sword bear. Down.
Yeah.
It can Nighthawk can kneel Crota in one hit. It can get rid of the Oversoul in one hit.
It can kneel Crota in one hit?
Yes, it can kneel Crota all by itself.
I don't know what the fuck happened. My computer just totally shit the bed. I apologize, guys.
No problem.
It's cool.
Biz, you do have a backup recorder, right?
Well, it's recording the stream, so I'll just extract the audio.
Okay, cool. Then we're good. Fuck, I threw my phone across the goddamn room.
Don't do that.
So it literally froze on me, and then I heard Raven talk, and then it just kind of bombed. So this is what happens when you're a podcaster. You got to deal with shit like this, listeners. Now you know what we go through every day.
Yeah.
No, this is get better technology, bud.
No, it was Skype that failed.
Oh, I told you I hate Skype, man. I'm telling you, man. Look, if once Discord provides video chat, I'm never using Skype again. I don't know if Discord ever has plans to do that, but if Discord ever Discord, if you hear me,
hey Discord, hey buddy,
video chat and Skype will be a thing of the past. It'll be, you know what? Skype will be only used for business, not for games.
Let's have one to
not
one.
For podcasting.
Discord, come on.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I think we hammered out the raid. All I know is this: if people were complaining, I've heard people frustrated, and I was frustrated too because I actually tried to give it a stab. If this was this crazy, I can't imagine Atheon. Atheon might have people kill themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they've said that Atheon may be the hardest thing they've ever done, and now experiencing what they did with Ute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where you have like 2 minutes 15 seconds or something like around 2.5 minutes to kill twice as many ads as what's even normally spawned in that entire room.
By the way, with a sword bearer.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, when Ute Challenge was first trying to be explained to me the first time, like the first day, I was just like, what? Because it was so hard to just imagine. But then you kill all the ads. She cries in terror, fear, whatever.
I watched Dark streaming, and I was just like, oh,
okay. The hecticness that happens because you got 3 ogres to deal with.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of acolytes to deal with, and you got 6 knights back in the towers to deal with. The tower. Get to the towers. But anyway. And then after all that, you've got to have enough time to kill Swordbearer that appears.
And then
carry the sword back to Ute, which thankfully the sword does kill Ute in 1 R2. In 1 heavy slam.
You know what? If Bungie really wanted to troll us, they did it in 3.
I know, right?
But you know what? This is probably the craziest challenge mode, like, to date.
I mean, this is
probably
Ute is legitimately the first challenge mode. Like, this is the first thing they've come up with that is like, well, maybe Volsic. Maybe.
Is it Volsic or Axis? I get confused.
Well, Axis had the supercharge challenge, basically. Which can require coordination, but
it's about the timing, right? Okay.
But at the same time, it can be easily integrated into
Overrun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can. That's fairly easy, but I don't know. I feel Ute like not difficult to figure out. It's difficult to figure out how to get past like the first time. Then once. Because it took a couple days for the whole strategy of 4 swords, 2 rocket launchers, people set up in the towers and such, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. That took about a day. Like,
but you have to be strong, too. You can't just be a pleb and play. Like, no offense, people. But, like, you really have to...
Yeah, to do challenge... Like, this is a challenge
nobody can die. Unless you're a Sunsinger and you have self-res. You cannot die, or it's not happening. Not happening.
Yeah. Well, one person can. And you can still do it. It's certainly not ideal. Any more than one in...
Wipe it.
Just wipe. You really
collect ammo and then kill yourself.
Yeah, because it's
not in real life.
It ain't happening. And if you don't get the second wave of ads to spawn before she starts singing, wipe, because you're not going to have enough time.
Nope.
If she cries in terror and she's already started singing, wipe.
The closest I got was 7 seconds. 7 seconds. When I killed the swordbearer, man, by the time I got up to the fucking stairs, it was game over. I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah. Also, ideally, you have at least 1 Titan because that way the Titan can pick up the sword and hopefully survive, and can just skate all the way to Ute. And actually, it wouldn't hurt to have that Titan, maybe if they're proficient in Twilight Garrison, to wear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
might be a good idea.
Yeah,
but just. This challenge is ridiculous because, like I said, it requires that coordination.
And it's nothing crazy. You just have to kill stuff.
Yeah, you just have to kill
stuff.
Kill
in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes.
Yeah. And if you want the node in the record book, under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I have not gotten that node yet because balls.
Balls.
It's ridiculous, and it's just not like there yet, and it's just like Also, I need to learn how to run the sword in Crota because challenge.
There we go.
Which that's the hard part of Crota challenge is basically people that haven't had no interest in learning how to run the sword, or people that haven't just for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to learn just so you can get the challenge mode out of the way just in case.
Look, don't be a pleb, right? Take a shot at learning how to sword,
Oh yeah, for real.
You never know, what happens, and depends. When you raid, I just gotta say this because this drives me nuts. And I know some people don't do it intentionally, but when you're learning a raid, learn everything. I used to be that guy where I didn't want to learn everything. I just stick to what I was comfortable with. And for me, that breaking point was when I had to run Relic for King's Fall. And I screamed. I got challenged by Holden Core. He was like, "Dude, I want to see you run this. I want to see you run Relic." And I streamed it, I recorded it, and I YouTubed. I said, "There you go, right there." And now it's like, okay, piece of cake, Well, who wants to run Relic? Everybody's like, I'm like, don't raise your hand. Okay, I'll do it.
Fuck it, I got it.
And I'll do it on a Warlock.
Yeah, but now it's like comes down to like I've ran the raid a few times. I'm a hunter, just like to learn the mechanics, to make sure I had it all down, like the new nuances and such, in like team mechanics. And we've gotten to Crota, and while I always come with the disclaimer. It's like, Des, what place do you want to be on sword? It's like, I'm gonna tell you now, I've never done the sword. By now, I know what to do, but I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to practice if you're willing to wipe a few times. But I haven't actually done it.
But you know what? That's okay. Just make sure that, you and the team get through everything else within 30 minutes so that you have 4 hours to figure out the sword. Because
exactly,
I heard people sit there like, yeah, we've been playing for 5 hours. We still haven't beat it yet. I was like, damn.
I've been part of raid groups that have been like maybe 2, but most of that.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Figuring out the swords in Crota, because you can't just have one sword bearer.
I played for 4 hours. I played the raid for 4 hours, and we still didn't beat Death Singer's challenge. I literally went to bed.
That's right. Surprise, surprise,
off.
everyone. I witnessed it. Businessman was in the raid.
Yeah.
McGurd. Headline news.
And I was mad, and I almost rage quit. And I got down.
By the time I hopped into the party, Biz was quiet. That's when I know things happened.
Things went down. Biz was quiet.
Because if you get into a party chat where like Biz is friends with 90% of the people in the party chat, and he gets mad, he gets quiet. He doesn't talk a lot.
Mute button is very strong. I mute myself for 2 occasions. One, I'm talking to my fiance and y'all don't need to hear the conversation. Or I'm super pissed. Because I don't believe
Biz. All of a sudden, like 10, 15 minutes later, I'm gonna go, guys. Raven, what are you doing? All right, I'll hop in.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't even like mute myself to eat. So if I don't,
no, he doesn't.
No,
you're gonna hear plate scraping fork. I mean, fork scraping plate.
And you're gonna hear that in a few minutes.
Reverse that.
So, do you guys want to talk about a little bit about the Destiny 2 reveal, trailer, teaser, whatever you want to call it, just briefly, so we can move on?
I have very brief words about it.
You have what?
I have very brief words about it.
So do I.
Because I mean, hey, leaks were true. Oh well. B, Mega Bloks leaks were true. It's Cabal. That's all we know.
Oh, and for the record, for everyone that was like, I want a Cabal raid. I want a Cabal raid. I want a Cabal raid.
This is what you get.
I hope you're happy now. Did you know the Cabal just f***ed us up long style? Really?
Yeah, they're like taking out the city. I mean, this is not just a contained tower like assault.
Cade lost all of his stuff. All of
we lost all of our stuff.
Your stuff, my stuff, and more importantly, my stuff.
My stuff.
Like
I loved the reveal trailer. It was amazing. Yeah. They took good advice. I mean, it was probably advice never given, but they took after Blizzard when it comes to like self-referencing themselves, and it is so hilarious that they own up to so much.
Zavala's being Zavala. I just wish Ikora spoke more, but what she said was so like, yeah, that's Ikora Ray for you.
Yeah,
they really played up their characters, and I think you've seen their true personality shine through in the trailer. Sure. But holy crap, like I just started laughing so hard. Hard.
Most leaked information in the past like 6 months to a year, it's turning out to be true. September 8th, the leaked poster, very legit.
Okay,
which means apparently Sony is still getting exclusives.
And the Traveler was on fire? Question mark?
I know that image is very disturbing because at the same time there was that image that they corrected because there was like the sphere below, which actually fits where the Traveler is, but then there was the bigger sphere of like the gridded representation.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on fire or if that was merely the reflection of what was around him.
The city burning.
It might have been the fire burning. Yeah.
Like, who knows? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the artwork. Oh, the Traveler's on fire. The Traveler's damaged. The Traveler has been damaged. Duh. Like, I mean,
Rasputin damaged it.
Like, where have you been?
The Traveler has been damaged since we've seen it.
Yeah, for 3 years. You think he's going to be any more damaged? No, he's already fucked.
Probably. Actually, who knows?
Well,
Cabal may have hit it on the way in.
Hell, he does.
Here's the point. Like, I understand the hype. I understand like the want for speculation, but
calm down.
That's simply what we know.
Pull your tits, man.
It's what Bungie has told us. Yeah, the leaks have come out to be true, but that was this case.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about speculation. I just wanted to talk about how great, how funny the trailer was. That's all I wanted to talk about. I wasn't.
No, I mean that's legit. But like 90% of all conversation is like people asking. Burning Wing got his call out, but I mean it's an innocent question, but at the same time it's like, what weapon foundry does this weapon come from? It's a symbol we don't know.
Yeah. Oh, the blue hand cannon.
I'm the dude that knows the weapons, but guess what? That's a symbol we don't know. It could just be a standard weapon. I don't know. Until I get some images and crap to work with.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do.
But
Shaxx did survive because if you watch when I love the juxtaposition between Zavala's talk and Cade, because Zavala has everybody all hyped up, and you see Shaxx like just come in the view. You see his little broken horn. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm still alive." And then Cade's like, "And we were killing everybody, and I was glorious."
No, I was amazing. It's like
I was fan firing the Ace of Spades. I'm like, all right, I'll give you that.
I love the fact that they do confirm in this trailer and this promotional material that Ace of Spades is taken after Cade's handgun design.
Mm-hmm.
Which, little known fact, it's only been connected to Cade. It's never actually been seen, as far as I know, in his hand before until this set of promotional material. And now we get to see him use it. But yeah, so September 8th?
Mm-hmm.
Confirmed release date for now? The balls is up with a Friday, man. But anyway, and that's what we know.
Golf.
So until Bungie tells us more. But I will say this, like from the pre-order information and stuff, I am a little afraid. There's one thing I'm afraid of in Destiny 2. And I saw the words expansion pass, just like I did for Destiny 1 when it released.
Dun, dun, dun.
For those of you that don't know, Dark Below and House of Wolves
or expansions
were like letdowns, is what I'm trying to get at. They were not that bueno when they came out. Taken King and Rise of Iron pretty much blew those expansions out of the water. And Taken King and Rise of Iron were both expansions as well. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of going back to these smaller, piddly little expansions.
And from the picture that I saw when I pre-ordered mine yesterday, one is Osiris based and the other is Rasputin based, but that could just be placeholders. You know, we don't know anything further. Also,
there's an Osiris image and there's the Warmind image. Again,
there's also going to be a gameplay Twitch live stream May 18th.
Yeah, May 18th, there's a gameplay reveal. Apparently, there's like a story reveal.
Yeah, we'll know more.
But yeah, Bungie will be releasing information. We're going to know a lot of the story once the beta starts in the summer again. I mean, so that's going to be a thing. I mean, we're going to know more because, I mean, we're not that far away from it.
True.
It's September. It's not that far away. And it will be glorious. Hopefully.
Glorious. Yes.
They're going to have a lot of angry people.
Yeah. If not, they're going to have a ton of angry people.
Oh, and it's coming on PC too. So it's going to be actually kind of fun.
Yes.
For folks that actually play PC.
News. Well, actually, that is very good news because that means that they can have an actual public test server. Because we were mentioning, or it has been mentioned before on this podcast, that Bungie it would do Bungie good to open the doors and let people just play these test build and get the community feedback from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's released on PC, that's a possibility. The reason why it's not a possibility now is because to change the test build, they basically have to get patches approved through Sony and Microsoft before it can be sent to the console. So that just adds weeks onto to any patch cycle that they may have. So, but on a PC-based PTR, basically, they will be able to change it as they see fit. They can make changes on the fly. They can get community feedback. And as long as they do this, because again, this is basically how the Division has corrected 80% of its issues. In the fact that they actually had a PTR in which they invited community members, come in and test this out, and they got community feedback. And like I said, it could be a very amazing thing just for the game life, the fact that it's on PC.
Mm.
Otherwise, you have your elitists. That's whatever. I'm still getting it on PS4 first.
Yeah, same. I pre-ordered it twice because I'm an asshole. I did. I pre-ordered the one with the expansion pass and all that, all the legendary swords and the emote and the theme and all and whatnot. And then I pre-ordered the big boy edition that has the laptop cover and the book.
Oh, that $300 edition?
$200.
That's like $259 something.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Nothing.
But I got two Cades, one to take out and one not. And I also found out from the lovely people at GameStop, Get Your Games at GameStop apparently, that they're doing Destiny Funko Pops. If you're a Funko Pop collector, which I am. Oh, thank you, Jarvis. I thought I put you on silent. That I think it's going to be obviously Cade, Saint 14, and I think they said Shax is going to be the... Okay, Biz just broke stuff.
Biz might be in trouble. Send help. No.
Yeah. So, did we get any revolutionary ideas, Raven? I don't think we. I don't see any.
I'm not sure. I don't see any in the Discord.
Yeah. So we just move on to baking because I have my own timer set.
Yeah. There's no. Except for the Subcult comment, year one was the best year, hands down. No. I'm sorry, but no. Year one was not the best year in Destiny.
No.
Because you're forgetting when purples again
turned to greens.
When purples had a 1% chance to become an exotic and a less than 1% chance to actually become a purple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no, that was not better than what we have. It's like they've changed so many issues with D1. The loot systems were garbage. The fact that, oh my God, the loot systems were in dire need of something. The post-1 leveling system, the post-leveling system, where the light was literally your level, was not a good idea. Bungie saw that, and they fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything they fixed was a lot of year one problems.
Yeah. Nothing was more frustrating than popping a purple thinking that you were going to get some cool stuff, and it turned to a green, and it just turned into
green.
Green. You're like,
blue. Oh, hey, it's an exotic. I've probably got an exotic out of a purple before I actually got a purple out of a purple.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous back then.
Same. Okay, since we don't have revolutionary ideas.
Oh, and I will agree with Subcult because he says the roadmap was better in year one, but again, the expansions were better in year two. Because Taken King was better. The expansions in year one were not that great. House of Wolves was the best in year one. But like I said, because I hear it a lot. It's like, I miss year one this, I miss year one that. I remember a lot about year one.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason you ran a Nightfall, it wasn't the loot.
It's a buff.
It was never the loot. It was the flames. That's why you did your Nightfall like at the beginning of every week. To get that experience boost.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Loot was so...
Loot was unlooty.
I mean, just... The loot cave was the best way to loot up. Stand in a cave and stand there for hours and shoot these little set of acolytes. It's the best way to get purples that probably won't even be a purple. So yes, please tell me that was better.
That was better than a grurple, a green purple. I think that was their way of fucking with us. But no, they're gonna use the loot cave. Let's just make every purple they get there green.
Year one Destiny had amazing ideas, but the practice of it was less than enticing.
Yeah, the theory was great.
Yeah, it's like what we had, like the gun mechanic. And here's one thing I've actually said: the fact that the gun feel in Destiny is as amazing as it is impressive. But at the same time,
that was being an asshole.
I mean, he can argue all he wants, but at the same time, we still have things to do. I mean, we didn't get an Age of Triumph in year one. No. We got Moments of Triumph, which literally only took a day to complete. But like I said, the roadmap was better, but the expansions were lackluster. So I would actually rather have something to do every other month myself. I mean, it's personal opinion though, so it's just an argument that's, it's a thing. Okay. And now I had a point somewhere along there, but
it went on.
Yeah. Oh well. Moving on.
And now I'm going to bake on some things.
Oh, boy.
All right. I have a 10-minute timer set. No need to ask Raven, so I'm going to start the timer now. What really gets me going? Why the fuck is everybody remaking classic shit? Why? You guys don't have fucking new ideas? Because let's just be honest. Let's go down remakes. Ready? Biz, mute your motherfucking mic if you're going to eat chips. I'm baking. This is going to be good. 1. Remakes. Let's go down remakes. The terrible ass remakes. Conan, terrible. I love Conan. The remake was dreadful. 2, what was it? Evil Dead. That was a dreadful ass. Thank you very much, Bish, for muting your mic. I didn't mean to cuss at you like that, but you know what I mean. I'm baking. I'm going. The Evil Dead. Yeah, they took a sticky campy horror movie and made it over the top, gratuitous, violent as shit. It was graphic. It was disgusting. I was just like, really?
Gratuitously.
Thank you.
Still said
I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm fast. This is how I go. I couldn't read fucking cards last time I was on the DLC podcast, so whatever. Now it is nothing fucking sacred. Is nothing fucking sacred? Really? It was great. Leave it alone. It was good. It was good for its time. It was there. It's fine. What are you going to do next? Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo? What else are you going to remake? What else can you remake? I dare you to remake He-Man. I'll stab you in the fucking throat, Hollywood.
Candyman.
Yeah. Thank you. And Nightmare on Elm Street. They redid Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, I want them to remake Candyman.
Oh, you want them to remake Candyman?
I think that'd be cool.
See, I think sticky horror from that time is good the way it is.
And I was about to say, do you not remember the gratuitous blood effects that Ash had in the original Evil Dead?
But it was sticky, is what I mean.
It was still sticky, but it's still gratuitous. I mean, they held true to that.
There'll be blood.
Yeah, but the
fact that Bruce Campbell was physically sick because of the gunk he had to spit up.
Yeah, I mean, the girl slitting her tongue with a razor blade is what I meant. Like they kind of took it to the nth degree, which I mean is what they need to do. I understand. I know.
As a side note, though, also Evil Dead wasn't a remake as much as it was kind of a sequel that coexist with the original Evil Dead. Considering Ash had a cameo at the end of that movie.
Really, you wouldn't count it as a remake?
No, it was actually because they also have plans to actually combine that Evil Dead with the original Evil Dead.
So you would think of it as like a reboot? Is that what you would think of it as?
Sort of. Kind of like what they did with Days of Future Past and X-Men and First Class, basically.
Okay, I'll take that one. I see what you're saying. I'll take that one out of this rant. Same with the reboot of Matrix, which I don't know why they're rebooting Matrix. That's a part of the reason, too, because I watched the It trailer.
It's like with the crab.
The new It trailer, and I'm like, oh, cool. It's It. I basically know the story.
Yeah, but that's also also you're complaining about the fact that nobody has original ideas when It was a movie that was based off of a book anyway.
Well, yeah.
The original It wasn't even an original idea, movie-wise.
No, yeah, movie-wise, just like
As far as I know,
Langoliers. And
Stephen King has a messed up mind. Let me just say that.
he also doesn't remember most of what he wrote. He doesn't remember a lot of his. He was a
good Lord, you write
alcoholic.
Like 4 books. Yeah, you write like 4 books a year too. Like Jesus Christ, he just pumps them out.
Yeah, true. But that's what gets me, man. Like, why would you? Why remake?
Like, legitimately, one of the better remakes in recent years was RoboCop. It stuck fairly true to its original, but was different at the same time. Total Recall, I didn't enjoy. It was way too. Total Recall could have been an entirely different movie. Change the character's name, change the title of the movie, and it would have been successful as a completely different movie.
I'll give you RoboCop. RoboCop was pretty. It stuck. And they did have the original.
And they did have the line, "I'll buy that for $1."
Mm-hmm.
Only once, but it was there.
That's all you need. It doesn't. I was just sitting in the theater last night, and it came up, and I was just like they did Beauty and the Beast. I understand it's Disney. Disney's going to milk everybody for every dollar that they can get, and they're going to do like Mulan and Lion King.
Disney has not had original ideas
ever.
They've stolen fairy tales. What was it, Kiba the White Wolf or something like that? An African folktale or whatever.
The White Lion.
Yeah, White Lion, which that was basically Lion King.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Princess and the Frog, all these fairy tales. Disney has no original ideas. They make their money animating classic tales. I guess that's kind of what originally also perpetrated.
But they're really good at it.
Oh, they are good at it. They are amazing
good at it.
They know how to make money. They're kind of like the Japanese. They can make money off ideas that aren't theirs. Which legitimately, like I actually heard a talk about this, legitimately Japan has almost mastered the art of basically redoing an idea. It's like they can make an idea and they can make it something else and they can make it something fantastic.
Okay. I mean, if you look at anime basically follows the same tropes, but they just change the character design and there you go. Yeah. So, I mean,
but it's like they're awesome at remaking, basically.
Yeah. That was all I wanted.
Like, culturally, like their thing. But yeah, I definitely get that because it does seem to like go in waves and spurts. It's like remakes just seem to bombard the entire market like ridiculously right now. Mm-hmm. And sadly, most of them, no bueno. Conan, I was legitimately not even interested in that movie when I saw it. I started and it's just like, what is this? Mm. Of course, I kind of thought the same thing when I went back and watched Conan, but I kind of grew out of Conan, apparently. It's one of those things. But, like I said, RoboCop basically stayed... Actually, it was less... The remake of RoboCop was way less gory than the original RoboCop.
Yeah.
You want to talk about something gory? Gerd.
Watch a 15-minute scene of a dude getting shot point blank by a bunch of dudes.
I mean, you see like skin and limbs exploding and blood pouring every... Oh, my God. No. Ooh. And to think, I was a little kid when I watched that. That dude getting utterly shot up by the mech.
I mean, spoiler alert, the shanking scene at the end when RoboCop uses his probe and just womp womp. That's violent as shit. It's just a simple action, but then you like see it splurt and you hear the gurgling. You're like, ugh. So yeah, RoboCop was probably the best remake.
Yeah,
and somebody was
of recent years, like RoboCop was probably up there. Yeah, like I said, Total Recall. They could have changed everything about that movie, and it would have been a great movie by itself. As a Total Recall reboot, it's garbage.
No. I mean, I can't think of a reboot that I would want to see. Exactly.
Mortal Kombat.
I might. Now, you see, at the same time, like the Mortal Kombat movie helped define the series, but they did remake it in a web series, basically.
Yeah, true.
They didn't really I don't know. I'm still iffy about like video game material and movies and such. So it's like.
Do you think the new Godzilla was a reboot? Would you count that as a reboot?
No, that was actually a continuation of Godzilla because that was actually licensed. Or I mean, the original Godzilla people was like behind that. They allowed an American filmmaker to make that, so that's kind of like in the overall continuity of Godzilla.
Yeah, just like Kong and all that.
Yeah,
too.
Oh,
Okay.
also speaking of which, Godzilla versus Kong is a thing that will be happening in like 2018, 19, or 2020, somewhere in there.
Now, I understand they want to have the monsters fight each other because that's like the great, that's a trope that everybody loves. Mothra, all that. Isn't Godzilla way bigger than Kong? Way bigger.
It's sort of you're not wrong, but at the same time, it's sort of a dream mashup because there's the story that Godzilla was actually inspired by Kong. Because the Japanese name for Godzilla, Gojira, is a combination of gorilla and the Japanese word for whale, possibly. So that's a thing. So I mean, it could be the fact that Kong inspired Godzilla, and thus is basically a dream match. Basically, it's the American and Japanese kaiju fighting it out in a death match. Which that movie has actually already happened. It was already a Japanese produced movie in the '60s. Godzilla versus King Kong.
Oh.
Just dudes in suits fighting each other.
So essentially, and oh my god. Godzilla the Godzilla Japanese series and the old Godzilla movies. Oh my god! You want to talk about some hokey campy stuff? Just because that's totally a dude in the suit, totally.
Or who's the turtle? Isn't that?
I know who you're talking about because I loved it because
the one that does somersaults on like poles and shit.
It's like
with rocket legs.
He pulls his legs in and rockets spur out and he starts spinning. Oh my god, what was that turtle? I can't even think of its name, but it was up there. It was like tied with Godzilla, my favorite like kaiju. Oh man, now this is gonna bug us its name. All night. It's gonna bug me. Was it Gamora?
Gamora. No, Gamora was the head, the three-headed dragon, right?
No, that was Ghidorah.
There's a lot of G's.
There is a lot of G's, man. Gary?
Is it Gamera?
Gamera.
It could be Gamera.
Yeah, Gamera. Yes. A turtle. Yep, you're right.
Good going, Biz. Nice save.
Way to go, Biz. Way to come in when we need you, soldier. Love it.
He got this. And also, I do agree with Subcult. The first season of the Street Fighter series by Machinima, the way of the Assassin Fist, whatever they called it, was amazing. Because we're talking about actors that got the Akuma pose, like standing on his tiptoes, all like bow-legged and crap. Actors got that down pat in live action. And you were talking about pulling off like Shoryuken motions in live action without making it look hokey. It's like that was a good job. Season 2, not so great, but season 1 was amazing.
So now we're going to move on to the anti-salt mine because we baked. This is, we haven't done this for a while. I baked. And Raven kind of just talked me down off the ledge because I was getting real angry.
I can do that.
Excellence requires consistency. Doing what it takes to be successful, regardless of how you feel. So.
Take it in. Think on it. Like, seriously. Give it thought.
We skipped the memory lane topic, but fuck it, we'll just keep going with everything else.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
we did memory lane. We were bad.
Yeah, talk about raids and
pretty much. We're gonna do the RNG topic. We're gonna move right on. Des, what's your number, buddy?
What are we going to?
Memory lane. Or RNG topic. RNG topic.
Number.
1 to 75, right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
1 to 75, since there's 3 of us.
52.
Biz?
43.
13. 33. So it's me. Motherfucker. So, what new shows are you guys watching, if anything?
I caught up with one and I finished another, which, Buster, you're going to know what I finished. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Okay. I was like, there's a lot we talk about. So
there's. I I did actually catch up with Legion as well. Legion? I'm on the fence about still. Because again, as I spoke about Legion, it's like he was a mutant that was schizophrenic and had multiple personalities. They're kind of going the way where he might not be crazy, maybe. They actually still haven't said for sure, so I don't know if that counts as a spoiler, but again, they haven't confirmed like if he could be or could not be crazy. So if he's not crazy, I'm not interested in that series because that's what made him interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But Iron Fist?
I thought so too, man. I thought Iron Fist was really good. Like a lot of people
the same formula.
Yeah,
it's
a lot
the
of
same
people are
formula
shitting
from
on
Daredevil to Jessica Jones to Luke Cage. It's like the same formula. And I know why you have that thing. It's like you can tell where it's the stuntman because unlike Jessica Jones, unlike Luke Cage, and unlike Daredevil, Iron Fist tends to fight in very brightly lit places.
Yeah, it's not dark. It's very
it's a little easier.
Light on them.
It's like a little easier to tell that okay, that might not be him. That's probably not him.
Oh no, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, it's like okay, that's him. But yeah, it can bring up some questionable issues, which, like I said, is harder to tell in those series because, especially Daredevil, because Daredevil, half his fights he freaking smashes the lights out. So
and
even if he was lit,
he's wearing a mask. Yeah,
and in like what most of the seasons he's wearing a black cloth getup, so it's like,
yeah. Seeing Finn Jones is Finn Jones, you know who that is.
But yeah, so it's like, nah. So I didn't see an issue with it. It was basically just like the others. I did like its setup. It's very interesting, just the characters that Marvel creates, and I think we've mentioned that before. But other than that, it's like, nah, haven't gotten into much.
You said you started a new one though. You started a new show. No, you just finished.
Well, like I said, I caught up with Legion and I finished. Started and finished Iron Fist because that's
Iron
the thing
Fish.
about the Iron Fist. But yeah, that's the thing about the Marvel Netflix series. When they release it, I binge it. Once I start, I don't stop.
I'm with you, 100%. Biz, you watching anything new?
Watching Vikings.
What do you think?
Good show. It's a very good show. I got my fiance into it. I know that she really likes the show when she says, "Hey babe, are you watching this show tonight?" I'm like, "I guess we are."
What season are you on?
Season 2.
Okay, I won't go past season 2 then.
All I will say is that Bjorn is a big dude.
Yeah, Bjorn's yeah. And the crazy thing about that show is it doesn't give you how long the time skip is.
That's what drives me nuts.
And you're like, what? Who is that?
that actually drives me nuts because, like, in Game of Thrones, you can actually see progression, right? Here, it's like, oh, I set out to sea, and I come back, and now there's like 2 kids or something. I'm like, what happened? Like, huh? what? So, like, and it's funny because, like, because of how they did it, it's like the parents never age, but then they become big man. Like, I'm Bjorn. I'm like, dude, you were like this tall. Now you're a freaking stud, and that's just the basic. And I know he probably changes again, but it's a good show. It's interesting in the sense that it's similar to Game of Thrones, but less breasts on screen, less nudity, a lot less nudity. Okay,
so it doesn't require like the eye candy.
Well, you know
So
what?
it might actually be
No. There is eye candy.
Let me put it this way. I'm on season 2, so I don't know how it changes from there. But as far as I'm concerned, in the first episode of Game of Thrones, you've seen tits.
The first minute of the first episode,
you've seen tits of Game of Thrones.
See that
here, not so much.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Go ahead.
No, that reminds me of True Blood, which legitimately, like, if you can get past the gratuitous nudity and sex scenes, like, there's an interesting story that it starts with, but then it took some flack and then it got a little less. Actually, it got a little crazy before it got way less. But then the story just got weird. So it's like, I have absolutely no interest in that anymore. I think I stopped at season. I didn't even get past season 2 of True Blood.
Yeah, I think 3 was probably the last one I've seen of True Blood. I know it got weird.
Too crazy. Yeah, I heard things. And it's just like, nope. I'm like, utterly not interested.
Yo, really?
I think that's one reason I'm skeptical of Game of Thrones is because like it has that reputation already. It's just like if I'm watching a show, I'm not watching it for eye candy.
Well, that's the thing, right? And another problem with Game of Thrones is, they already passed the book, so, but that's a whole different story in itself. I also like this part about Vikings more so than Game of Thrones. The women are stronger in Vikings than in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, there's only like one badass, and that's like Brienne of Tarth, right? Everyone else has some level of weakness or like damsel in distress. Yes, you can say Khaleesi is becoming a badass, but she was a damsel in distress too before her husband died. I mean, let's be for real.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you already see a woman here slinging and swinging. You're like, huh?
I mean, they keep it to the actual Viking the historical
like Nordic tradition.
There were shield maidens. I mean, Valkyries are women.
Exactly. Exactly. The fact that in Nordic mythology there are very important like demigod figures of the Valkyries, which are warrior maidens that go out and collect a warrior's soul on the battlefield. So I mean, they're not like, like I said, I haven't seen Game of Thrones myself, but like I said, just from that, it's like they have basic fantasy damsel in distress syndrome that most women can't really do anything. But yeah, in actual like Nordic mythology, I mean, they were the only people that didn't have to fight were like the seers. That's because they could communicate with the gods.
And there's a seer in Vikings too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like it. Like everyone else fought.
Yeah, so it's weird. What was the last? So I know what to talk about. What was the last episode you watched? What happened, Biz?
The last episode I watched was when Jarl Borg got defeated, and basically Bjorn and Lagerthar, that's her name? Lagertha came back to help Ragnar Lothbrok take back his land from Jarl Borg.
Kattegat.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man.
And the priest is tripping balls.
Oh, Athelstan?
Yeah.
Oh, he's seeing the devil? Is that what?
Dude is just going through the motions right now, man. First of all, I was like, I don't like this dude. He's a punk. And then he just grew some balls. I'm like, oh, I guess he's no longer priest. And Floki is hilarious.
Floki's one of my favorite characters.
He would be an awesome Joker.
Oh. Well, he is he's basically like, if you think about it with the mythology, if you think Ragnar as like Odin, Thor almost, Floki is like Loki obviously. Yeah. And Bjorn would be Thor then.
Trickster.
Yeah. He's crazy, dude. Like you'd love it when you watch it because he goes into combat literally wearing no armor with daggers and axes and giggles the entire time.
And he always wants to point his fingers and touch you so gently and like. But can I explain something here? Rolo always with his damn shirt off in combat.
Wouldn't you? That dude is big as shit.
He's just like, abs, chest.
Fuck Rolo. I'm just gonna say it. Fuck Rolo. Fuck him. Stop doing push-ups, motherfucker. Stop doing push-ups. We get it. You're big enough. You're big enough.
And he is a beast. Like, I don't look. And something to be said about Ragnar, Rolo, and now Bjorn, who don't use shields. They have it and they just drop it. No, I don't need a shield. I'll never be touched. Action, action, action. Stab, stab, slice. Yeah. Still haven't been stabbed. I got abs, chest.
Just wait. It gets better. It just gets better and better.
And Ragnar has these crazy eyes. Like it's so funny.
It's the way, for me, it's the way Ragnar talks because he doesn't have to yell, but when he yells, you're like, "I'll go with you." Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's get on the boat. Let's go. Whatever you want to do. Let's go raid some shit. Let's go.
It's funny how he interacts with other people outside of his village because they take him to be a savage, and he's actually quite intelligent. Like he's smarter than I gave him initially credit for. Because I look at King, what's his name? He plays Harvey in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to raid with Jarl Borg and Ragnar, but he told Ragnar drop Jarl Borg, the king. I forgot his name. Ravik, whatever.
Horik.
There you go. I thought of King Horik as a complete boob. I'm like, complete boob. He just wasn't.
Just wait, Biz. It just gets better and better. Like literally, it goes like this. It doesn't drop. It just keeps going up. Like
really?
It's so good. There's little dips like to slow it down to get you like and then you're like, yes.
We're talking about Vikings.
I've watched every episode.
He watched every episode, so he's not spoiling it. Don't worry.
No
Dave,
spoilers.
who's your favorite character? She loves Lagatha.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like his new wife. I think she's utterly useless.
Oh, the queen?
Yep, princess.
Oh, the princess.
Utterly useless. Just straight up useless.
Lagatha's just dead sexy to me. Ooh.
It's not even about the sexiness. It's the fact that she can do more. She can cook and she can kill.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Princess is utterly useless.
Yeah.
Come here, babe. Come here. Say it again.
Wrote his.
Wow. Goodbye.
What?
We're on stream, Bo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she colored better.
Oh my
All
god.
right, Miss Bitch.
She colored better. All right.
Two snaps and a clap for you, madam.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh my god. If we get booted from Twitch, it's my fault.
That's 2 snaps and a rewind.
2 snaps and a rewind.
sorry.
Let's go.
Coloring is her best bet. She does it very well.
Biz,
right?
tell her that she will be on the first ever RngCast for the Patreon viewers, subscribers, so we can talk
first
about
one on the Patreon. I hope you have.
On the
We'll explain later.
Yeah.
Oh, they gonna delete.
No, they're not deleting anything.
All right, good.
I don't delete shit.
We all adults here.
Have I deleted anything ever?
Do
No, I don't
children
delete.
listen to this?
I'm not going to delete when I fell off the call and
we
fall
Take
back
your
off the shit
children
on
off. Don't
Skype.
not allow your children to listen to this stuff. It's adult business. Okay?
Oh my
I
God.
click it.
It's
I
adult
click it.
business.
I click explicit, Miss Biz. I just want to let you know
So
that
we
I click
the
explicit.
tab when we post the podcast.
They know.
Oh,
they know what
awesome.
you're
Thank
gonna
you.
do.
You were prepped. Thank you.
I'm the real MVP. I appreciate that.
She was a better
We need to
colorer.
get-
She was a better cook. She actually made outfits.
Yeah, she did everything better except for Pop Children.
All right, cool. But she was with him. Like, she fought with him.
Hold
She was
on.
that ride or die.
Well,
that chick.
Wait.
Hold on. You cannot say that because Bjorn is probably one of the best. Is the best. He's a bad motherfucker. You can't say that.
Oh, he's saying that you gotta hold on.
You gotta
because Bjorn is a bad man.
hold your views until the end.
Hold your views about fighting until you see Bjorn. That's what he said. She's like frozen in time.
Man.
Well, the boy is filled with anger. He just has to release it.
Well, he's Ragnar's son. All of Ragnar's son has that. Every single one has rage.
And he said all of the sons have rage. I want to see the kid with that snake in the eye.
Siggy or Sigurd?
Sigurd, yeah, with the snake in the eye. He's either going to be a bad dude or kind of slow. If you get my drift.
Has the last one been born yet? Has the last son been born yet?
So far, there's 3 little boys, 2,
Okay.
and then the baby Sigurd.
No, there's one more.
There's one more. Yeah, I figured. Well, she prophesied that there's going to be one more. So.
That's the one you need to watch out for.
Oh.
That's the bit. That's a good little series that happens. Like when you see it, you're like, yes. So
Apparently, Ragnar has one more boy, and that's the one we need to watch out for.
You need to watch out for all of them. He created them with his seed.
Oh
she's right. She's right.
Spreading his sauce all over the place.
Spreading his
She's
sauce.
right. She's right.
Spreading his sauce.
So the only show I can say is that I can start is Into the Badlands on AMC.
What is that about?
It's a land. It takes place in like I wouldn't say post-apocalyptic, but it's post-apocalyptic, and it's martial arts. It's real heavy, like wushu martial arty. There's barons, and there's guys called Clippers that take over and help. It's really good. It's about a kid who without spoiling, if he gets injured, he becomes literally the personification of destruction. Like he knows kung fu. So that's what I suggest. Into the Badlands.
Into the Badlands?
Yes. Into the Badlands.
Man, we don't need any more damn shows to watch, man.
I'm sorry. I'm good at what I do.
Honestly, this is good because my fiance loves Game of Thrones. She's like, damn it, when is it coming back on? And I'm like, she wants to watch Game of Thrones so bad, but she likes Westworld. But
yeah.
What did you say last night? You think you like this Vikings better than Westworld?
I like better the coloring.
Okay, so she likes Vikings better because she thinks there's more passion
in coloring
in the sexual scenes.
Because
Westworld,
it's just
I knew she was gonna say it, man.
Wait, she said there's no moisture in between the thighs. I can't with this one.
2 snaps and a rewind. 2 snaps and a rewind.
Why? What is it again, babe? What did you just say?
robots don't have no.
What do you mean they have lubricant?
I can't anymore. I just can't. Like this is
That's artificial. I'm talking about real, passionate, exuberating liquid.
Just turn it off. Turn off Twitch right now before we get moving. Look at Des. Des is like, I can't believe this. This is. There's no moisture.
Y'all asked for Mrs. Biz. Y'all got Mrs. Biz. I hope y'all are ready.
It's going to be the greatest thing ever. But real quick, let's just do a shout out to our Patreon, our first Patreon subscriber. Shout out to you, the Berg.
012. Whoa.
Shout outs.
Berg boy.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And if you want to join Berg and becoming a Patreon subscriber, go to www.patreon.com/the RngCast. And
RngCast.
See what we got.
Where you too can help support us.
And here's stuff from Mrs. Biz.
No. Yeah, we are still going to be legitimately a free thing. We only ask for willing support, but we will never be charging for mandatorily.
Yeah, never. We just, if you choose to help us, so thank you. If you don't, we're still here. We're not going nowhere. But if you do,
we're still your friends.
If you do choose this to help us, you might get to hear Miss Biz talk about things that won't be on this episode, on the Patreon exclusive episode.
Definitely, it won't be on Twitch. That's for sure.
We're sure it won't be on Twitch.
No.
No.
She keeps it real.
So
that's the problem.
Yeah, for sure it's a problem.
It's straight up real.
She doesn't have no filter.
Exactly.
That's good. That's great. No,
it's not. Shut up.
Yes, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
I want to hear your one without a filter. See how you feel.
I have one.
No, I didn't say you don't. I'm saying without it.
We went to go see Beauty and the Beast because we went to go see Power Rangers the week before, and that's what we do. I pick a movie, she picks a movie. And there is a baby. These people brought a baby, like a 2-3-year-old baby, maybe, old enough to talk and understand and yell Beauty and the Beast at the just worst times. And they took a picture right as the lights went down, so her eyes were adjusted to the dark, and then it flashed. And she said, "This fucking cunt blinded me." I was like, "Huh." In the theater for it, I was like, "Huh." I just look over. I'm like, "She's right next to you."
Even Buster's appalled.
It wasn't. I was
Buster
appalled.
reacts. There's something.
It shocked me that she said it loud. It wasn't quiet. It wasn't she whispered "This bitch is gonna get it." She yelled it loud. People in front of us turned around and looked, and then she went, "What?" I'm like, "Don't make it."
She doubled down.
I'm like, "Babe, come on, man."
She got gangster, son.
There's a dude next to me, straight fell asleep. Just, I'm like, "All right, cool, man. I get it." And his girl was just riveted. She was like, and I'm sitting here like, "You ain't never seen Beauty and the Beast before? You want to make a bet? I bet he turns into a human at the end."
Spoiler alert.
No, fuck you if I have to do a spoiler alert. You know what Beauty and the Beast is about. It's
right?
It's like Lion King. Guess what? Simba's dad dies from a wildebeest stampede.
What?
It's the saddest scene in the
what?
world.
Yeah, guess what? Bambi's mom got shot.
Yeah.
No, Bambi's mom became venison.
Peter Pan lost his shadow.
I don't like.
That was the question.
The story, or
I don't like the idea of a grown man.
Oh, with the Captain Hook.
Yeah, he's a pirate going after booty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, also, so that's the thing about like Disney and such is that they twist the story around a little much, because there's also the fact that possibly in the original Pan story, Pan may have actually been a very evil individual, kidnapping boys and having them stay young. Well, it's not the fact that they stayed young forever, but if they grew up, he killed them.
Yeah, because adults were pirates.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
So
understand.
Hook may have actually been the good guy in the original story by fighting the Pan monster.
How did the pirates get to Neverland? Because you had to fly to get. I don't. There's so many holes in that story, and I think
there are
acid.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And didn't Eli ask us what our favorite?
You read Alice in Wonderland or you watch it? It's like that dude was doing drugs. Straight up.
He was also a little bit into Alice. I think the story goes Lewis Carroll was a little into the little girl who inspired him to write the books. I think he was a little into, you know what I mean? Like
no, Edgar Allan Poe apparently crushed on his own cousin that was like 12.
Yeah, a little Subway, if you get what I'm trying to say here.
That kind of
possibly. Who knows?
That kind of
thing. I mean, there's a lot of sick stuff there's a lot of sick stuff that inspires a lot of weird stuff.
Didn't Brother Eli ask us what our favorite Disney movie was?
Yes.
What was?
And legitimately, I don't think I can, because I mean, I know for sure for you, Buster. Like, I mean, when we were young, like Disney movies were freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time you turned around, there's a new Disney story coming out.
No,
I know, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh, I wasn't exactly sure, like exactly. I keep forgetting how old you are.
It doesn't matter, but yeah, I grew up with Disney movies all the damn time. I had all the tapes.
Yeah.
Chesses.
I mean, yeah, that and it's like who doesn't grow up with Disney, but trust me, it did seem like back in the day they were like way more.
Dumbo. Still waiting for that one to come back out.
We talked about Dumbo. Raven and I talked about Dumbo at length the other day while playing. That was the most low-key racist ass movie I've ever seen. I watched Blazing Saddles and I was like, I don't feel as bad as to watch Dumbo.
No, but you see, here's also the thing about Blazing Saddles. Mel Brooks, he's got balls to put that movie out. He's got a huge set to put that movie out.
Raven, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Like, legitimate, I really can't, like, I can't really narrow it down to one. Like, Lion King was powerful when I saw it. It was a very, like, probably Lion King, maybe.
What's Mrs. Biz? What's her favorite?
Babe, what's your favorite Disney movie? Yes?
You know.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast? Okay, which one's your favorite? She likes them all. Oh my god.
No, I don't like them all.
Which one?
Don't answer that way for me. I said I like plenty.
Which plenty? Okay, Beauty and the Beast, because we've been singing that for the last 2 days.
Lion King.
Lion King. Snow White, Cinderella, Princess and the Frog.
Frog.
Like
Fantasia.
And,
Fantasia was good. It was basically an acid trip.
Mm-hmm.
Pocahontas.
Wasn't bad.
See, I
had a problem with Pocahontas too.
Mm-hmm. I got two weird ones.
What's your weird one?
The hilarious thing that the Disney movie never tells you about the baptism of Pocahontas.
It was against her will. It was. Robin Hood.
Robin Hood? Okay.
Because
yes, my good master.
The one with animals?
What happened?
He loves Robin Hood too. Go ahead.
Yeah, the beginning scene. It's just a Robin Hood and Little John walking through the phone. That bit. And, that's how it starts.
Yeah.
Little they were thinking they were
funny.
drinking the water. They were drinking it and bubble it down. That's so great. Sword and Stone.
Sword and the Stone.
Yes.
Sword and Stone's good.
I was gonna say Black Cauldron because that was like the darkest Disney movie around for the longest time.
Okay.
So how was your week in Destiny, guys?
I did a lot.
Yeah, same.
Sweet Christ, I did a lot. I think I've ended up doing like 5 Nightfall runs across my characters. At least started 6 raid runs. I have 1 full run under the belt done. Did trials with Converse and Sniper Wolf last night.
What?
We actually made it. Yes.
I'm gonna beat Converse with a bat.
We didn't give him much choice. We told him to join.
I'm gonna beat him with a bat.
We actually made it to before we got we made it to like 5 wins before our first loss, I think. And that was Mercy, and then we made it. It was going to be our 8th before we actually hit a loss, so we just stopped because we had the bounties done. We had the weapon and the armor, and we're just like, you know what? And let me tell you what, those were some of the sweatiest but fun matches I've had in trials. It's like there were at least 3 games. It was like, okay, they were up by 2. We outpassed them to 3. They got number 4. We got number 4. Last match is like this hectic thing. It's like we had so many of those, and it was just, it was so fun. I ended up getting the Wrecking Ball part of the book done last night in a heavy round.
Nice.
Because I started challenging someone with Mida, going to mid-heavy from their spawn, heading on the inside. Started challenging this one guy. Pegging them with Mida. Next thing I know, I actually see a sniper glint, and it's like, well, I'm already committed to shoot him, so either he's going to have to miss, or I'm going to die. Let's find out which one. He ended up dying, took care of another dude, turned around, took another kill, ended up stealing 1 kill from sniper to actually get another Wrecking Ball, and I don't feel bad for it. But no, it was like I said, it was some of the like sweatiest matches I've had in trials, like some of the closest matches, and it had my heart pumping, and it was just fun. It was amazing. Learned a lot of stuff. Like I said, oh, and I'm actually good on burn weapons now for primaries. I have an Abyss Defiant Adept and a Word of Crota Adept. So with that in the Zalo, I'm good on primaries. But like everything's like just, like I said, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of PvP. I've done a lot of PvE. Jumped in a lot of raids. Did Challenge of Elders.
Challenge of Elders is a lot more difficult now that's light level equivalent, huh?
Not too much.
Not really. I mean, a couple more extra shots, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too horrible. Especially right now, considering it's melee kill bonus. When you get to the 3rd round, they need like 3 melees to die, so that's a slight issue. But other than that, I mean, it's just, I say, well, one thing that's screwing me up right now is the fact that I'd like go and load up the Nightfall, and almost mistakenly load up the weekly featured raid.
Because that's at the end.
Was.
Yeah,
yeah,
I did that too.
It's like, no, not that.
Over.
Yeah, I've had a very productive week. Got a new trials weapon, the Exile Student, the hand cannon, which has replaced my Water Star that I used to rave about. Because it can hit similar range to a Water Star. It looks better. And has a little more utility in the perks. So, like I said, it's replaced my Water Star. And also, the amazing thing about Exiled Student is the fact that the sights on it, instead of being red or blue, are yellow, which makes it like super stand out against most of Destiny's backdrop, unlike red or blue. So yeah, had a very productive week, and gonna still have a very productive couple of days because, good God, I'm not done yet.
So, Biz, what you been up to, man?
Well, I tried the raid, failed. And then yesterday I just jumped on to farm Husk of the Pits. Nothing exciting.
I think it's really cool the Husk of the Pits that multiple drop. Even if you have one, it'll still drop.
It's always been that way though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if you can get multiple, like, because I like the Eidolon ally. Like it's a good, it's good for what it's
what
meant
is your
to be.
question? If you can get like
if I get a Necrochasm, can I bring another Husk of the Pit up to the Eidolon?
Yeah.
Okay. I just can't take.
I have 4 Husk of the Pits already.
Okay.
Yeah. That and
you just gotta do the quest over. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you finish the quest and upgrade it to full Necrochasm, I've noticed that because I did that on my Warlock, and I pulled a Husk that was still in my Postmaster out, and after finishing, like I said, the one Eidolon into a Necrochasm, it didn't respawn another quest. So that may be stopped, but you can still upgrade it because all the quest does is tell you to upgrade to this and then upgrade to that.
That's just one character. You can probably put on your other character and have the quest, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You can transfer a Husk to another character and give them the quest to do it, but you can't transfer an Eidolon to like skip parts of quests.
Yeah, you have to do the whole shebang. So I mean, that's what I got on. I'm trying to get a raid tonight, a Crota run in tonight.
I went through probably like at least 14 like hard mode Crota completions, never got a Crux. First week of Age of Triumph, and I already have a Necrochasm. It's like,
wait, so Cruxes drop? Cruxes do drop?
There's no Crux.
No, Cruxes don't drop. There's no Crux.
Damn it!
Once you beat the Abyss, Crota, and Omnigul, you get the Oversoul.
Well, I mean, you get Essence of the Oversoul, which is like the new Crux.
Yeah, but it's a guarantee.
Erismore and Hands.
Dang it! I like the idea of the Crux, man, because it made people raid. If you want people to play from now till September, Crux was the way to go.
Yeah, but then again, we also have like 5 raids,
16 new exotics.
Yeah, 5 raids, 16 new exotics, 18 including the brought up primaries. The fact that there's 5 sets of armors to collect and ornament. Trust me, for the collectors, there's plenty to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I guess my point was that, there won't be a situation where, oh man, now I'm so bored. It's like, well, no. Like, you got all these exotics to get, plus you still don't have a Necrochasm, you still need to get the Crux. Like, and this is making that difficult. Now, if you happen to get a Crux early, then whatever, but...
Yeah, but it also stops people like me that are playing since beta, still don't have a Crux.
Yeah. I see your point, Biz. I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's another stepping stone. However, like we said earlier, that if you finished a book early, like super early, it's your fault. Okay, we get it. You want to be the first one to get it done, blah, 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 whatever. And then you're like, oh, well, Destiny's boring to me. Okay, well, you chose to run the book. You chose to do this. It's not Bungie didn't say, oh, finish the book in a week. You'll be fine. No, they know what the deal is. They gave us everything, and now they're just like, okay, cool, see you in September, which is understandable because they're putting out the sequel. So there's a guy on that you follow on Twitter. It's like, well, now Destiny's boring. I finished my book, ha ha ha, and then a week later, Destiny needs to really step their game up. Well, no, you chose to run through it. I get it. That's fine. Everybody plays the game differently. But
which, like I've said before, for essentially a game that is 3 years old, like engine-wise, this is a dated game. The fact, actually heard is like right now Battlefield 1's like peak PS4, like current population, it's like 100,000 people. Like across 2 consoles, Destiny's peak. Even in a content drought, Destiny's peak population is like 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dated game that's competing with current games. Like 60 frame a second, this like super mobility type games. And it's still standing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's miraculous, to be honest.
And we have loot! Yay!
There will be a ton of loot. That's funny.
So, just all I did was Husk farm, and then just ran. Got my Plaguelander done. Did all that. And now I'm just going to go on and, like I said, try to get the raid tonight. Because that'll be the feather in my cap. And now I know how the Knuckles of Owl work. So I won't use them like a dummy and like, oh shit, I'm gonna drop this now and get a bunch of new loot. Oh cool, I got another. I'll use it for Crota.
Definitely use it for Crota. I mean, yeah, like we said before, like I'm almost terrified, to be honest. Like seeing the changes in Crota, I am terrified to run Vault again.
Yeah,
I know they've tweaked it to make they've said they tweaked it to make certain things easier. But now seeing it's like, yeah, they've also tweaked it to take out a lot of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, balcony technically was. So we might actually have to get in the pit and do oracles in center now.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's gonna be a little. I mean, why else would they make it shorter? Actually, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, why not get rid of the cheese, make it a little bit easier. Yeah. That way, it takes the sting of the blow away a little.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll do it however I have to, but kind of terrified to see it.
I mean, they didn't take away the ledge in Crota when you fight Crota in front of the window? They took it away?
Yeah, there's actually an invisible wall. You cannot hit that ledge anymore.
Oh. You
have to be basically in Crota's path, like wherever. Mm-hmm. You have to be out there. You cannot sit on the ledge anymore.
Oh, so that means now you've got to absolutely clear the tower that you're in front of.
Well, if you do that, you spawn wizards that might melt the sword bearer.
True.
So I mean, there's a finicky thing that you always pop the distraction bubble and like take out one knight to make that like manageable. Because at least with the situation now, you only have to deal with one tower, and the other one's just there, whatever. But yeah, it's definitely a different mentality that you have to get used to. And like I said, I made mention that a lot of people may remember how rough it can be. It's like, especially with that a lot of cheese strategy, they are definitely getting a taste.
Oh yeah, I mean, we also called that, didn't we? A couple weeks ago, that they're going to take away the window ledge from Crota.
Possibly. I mean, I really wasn't anticipating it since they left, the balcony, the window ledge, stuff like that. They left in there before. So I wasn't anticipating this to actually be changed, but yeah, it's gone. So there's no telling. Like, there's rumors that the like during oracles, whenever fanatics would come out, you'd have like the cave and a couple little hidey holes that you can chill out in. Rumors are they've taken those out.
On top of that one rock?
Yeah.
By the cave, like on top of the rock, going?
Like around top right side, there's like a little nook you could dive into. Mm-hmm. That's going to be gone. I mean, they're saying a lot of things are gone. So,
yeah. Definitely going to be a learning experience.
It's going to be rough if they took away the hidey holes.
You will be frustrated. You will be angry with your team. It will challenge your friendships.
It will. Especially fanatics, man. Especially fanatics.
I gotta cleanse. No. Hold on. We can only do it 3 times. I gotta cleanse. Fuck you.
Exactly. It's like this. Yeah. Oh my god. But at the same time, it's like somebody asked, it's like they can't wait to see the equivalent of the bridge sequence in Vault. So, and someone did call it the fact that taking out all the Gorgons is a note in the book. How?
Mm-hmm.
When the fact that you kill one, they get stronger and tougher. It's like,
because they're probably gonna like, so like, if you notice, like for example in Crota, the Oversoul is a lot easier to kill than in recent raids. I'm sure they're gonna dial back down some of that damage. It might take one sleeper shot kill to kill the first Gorgon, then maybe 2, and then 7.
Now, I think the current theory is basically everyone finds, but here's the problem with this theory is supposedly the theory is your entire fire team, everyone finds a Gorgon and kills it like at the same time. Bad news there's more than 6 Gorgons in the maze.
Yeah.
Right. So like, that's what I'm saying. The first time around it might be easier than the second time. It might be like, full on, look, we need 3 shots of sleeper maybe the 8th Gorgon. I'm just making this up. Maybe the 8th Gorgon, you need 3 shots of sleeper simulant by each person. Like, so 6, 3, 18 shots of sleeper to kill this dude. I mean, who knows?
It's like I said, it's gonna be rough. That's gonna be a rough. I mean, not even a challenge, just to get a no done in the book. That's gonna be rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just on my thinking, like maybe people have figured it out already. I'm not one of those people. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not of the amazing like game breaking hive mind that permeates Destiny players. Some Destiny players.
No. That'll be a note I'll be okay with missing.
I know. I mean, if I can see a strategy I can wrap my head around, I'll give it a shot. Otherwise,
not too.
I was happy to be one of the first people, like to have. I'm not going to say one of the first people, but to be one of the people carrying through. It's like asking people, "Do you have the Gorgon Grimoire card? The what? You can kill with these things? Let's go."
Yeah, real quick. Bye.
Oh, speaking of Grimoire, I am now in the top 0.7% of Grimoire score.
Nice.
0.7. Son.
That's less than 1%. Ooh.
That's less than 1%. I'm less than the top 1%.
Rich bastard.
I'll drop a mic, but it's on a boom.
You trying to make Destiny great again?
I can't drop this.
Oh my god.
I can drop mine, so I just did.
I could lower mine down.
I was actually, I was about to say, that was all about, but I was actually surprised when I saw that too. Because I finished up ghost hunting before. I haven't even gotten any of the new ghosts yet. I haven't even done that. That's not even part of my checklist yet.
Well, there's still stuff to do then.
Oh, there's still plenty. Like I said, I have plenty to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's most of this stuff I've done, like a lot of PvP and crap like that. That was just my hunter. That means I've only been working on one page.
Yeah, I still got
2 other classes.
Warlock. Exactly. Which is why I also decided not to bring the Buster Knuckle forward, because
what?
Why not bring the characters that I've played with for this long forward? I mean, people know Blister Lister 1 and 3 is Buster Knuckle. We've already had that discussion, so
I mean that end. It's like lost that thought. Never mind.
that and I don't get the emblem or the shader for the year 1, from beta player if there is one. So I figured, might as well get. It's a thing. I'll deal with it. It's fine.
It was a time sink though. That's what I was trying to think.
Yeah, it was fun to bring a character up to 400. Yeah. So it was good. So I guess that brings the 46th episode to a close. You guys have any final thoughts, statements, declarations of love and thankfulness for everybody?
Thanks, guys.
Basically, that was my way of saying give everybody your plugs.
Oh, well, why don't you just say that?
All right. Just speak straight, man. Jesus, Word. Don't be speaking in tongues.
All these cryptic messages, man. You can find me, the main man, the businessman, 24, at businessman_DIP on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/businessman24. PSN, the businessman24. Add me, send me a message so I won't think you're a creeper.
This is your boy Raven. You can find me on Twitter at DES_Raven. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/thecorvusnest, and you can search me out on YouTube, Death Switch Raven.
And this is me, Buster Knuckle. You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. On Twitch at Buster_Knuckle. And that's about it. Oh, PSN, Blister Lister 113. That's Blister Lister 113, before the guys could ask me to repeat it. You can find us, the RngCast, at the RngCast on Twitter and Instagram. And you can send us emails, therngcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. Also, once again, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/therngcast. And I guess this is the 46th episode of the RngCast. One step closer to 52, guys. We're out.
Later, man.
See you all next week.
Take one. The RngCast is a member of the Destiny Tracker Podcast Network. If you like us, you should check out the other podcasts in the network. If you like lore, the Destiny Lorecast and Rabbit Hole Radio is for you. If you're like Raven and weapon stats are your thing, check out Destiny Massive Breakdowns and the Destiny Track Podcast. If accents get your fire going, check out the Destiny Down Under podcast, and that sure will scratch that itch. But always remember, we here at the RngCast love you all. Thanks for listening.